Hi, everybody. This is Vinny, and welcome to Complain Time. This is a show we take a moment while the boss is out of the office to talk about things that really, just quite frankly, annoy us to death. Because you know what they say: when the cat's away, the mice will play, or in this case, complain about stuff that just drives us all crazy. Now, before we go any further, I want to give you guys an opportunity to hit the subscribe button and ring that bell to be notified so you never miss another episode of Complain Time, as well as other additional HVMA content. Now, today's topic that I want to get into, something that really gets on my nerves: when it's too cold or hot in the office. Right now, currently, my focus is on the fact that it's too cold. Winter is coming, if it's not here already. It's like 30 degrees outside. And for some strange reason that I've yet to comprehend, the office feels like I'm at the North Pole. Now, the reason for that is because nobody wants to turn the heat on, and if I even suggest turning the heat up, everybody looks at me like I'm the crazy one. I've lost my mind. And then, to make matters worse, I go home, and my family has windows open, bedroom doors open, ceiling fans running on full blast. They sleep like babies. Meanwhile, I'm wrapped in 4 blankets. I'm shivering like a heroin addict, and I wake up with sore throats every other day. It's like before I leave the house, I'm singing Ricotta, because that's the only thing getting me to work in one piece. Plus, I don't know if you guys notice this or not, but my voice is pretty much my strongest asset. This right here, this does nothing for my career. I have the gift of gab, but I lost the gift of ab a long time ago. So if my voice is shot, I'm in trouble. I mean, fortunately, I don't necessarily need my voice to do social media managing, like the day-to-day stuff that I do, but it would definitely affect these videos that I make. Now, when it comes to workplace disagreements, temperature is right up there. Office temperature is a very big deal. You know, along with the lighting, acoustics, and air quality, those are the stories from another day. That's partly because office temperature can fluctuate much more erratically than almost all other environmental factors. A window being opened at one sunny end of an open plan space may be ideal for the person sitting nearest to it, but for the employee sitting on the other side of the room, it may be a complete disturbance. What's more, our perception of a comfortable temperature is influenced by many different factors, including our age, our physical health, and even our stress levels, meaning that it's unlikely that you and your colleagues will agree on what comfort means. But why does it matter? Research has found that temperatures being too hot can cause headaches, lower concentration, and, in extreme circumstances, result in nausea and vomiting, while lower temperatures can increase blood pressure and cause illnesses to develop. Not only that, but office temperature can also impact much more than just how comfortable or well it makes us feel. It is also linked to productivity. Research from the Berkeley National Laboratory has suggested that performance in tasks can increase when temperatures are between 70 to 72 degrees Fahrenheit, and they start to decrease above or below this. Nolman adds that studies have shown there's a 16% decrease in productivity in offices where temperatures rise above 78 degrees Fahrenheit. More often than not, getting your office to a perfect temperature, one that everyone can agree upon, can feel like an uphill battle. When Jane is cold, Steve is hot. And then there's Karen, it's always Karen, feeling perfectly content. While it might seem impossible to please everyone, there are steps you can take to create a more comfortable working environment for yourself, no matter what you're feeling. Freezing, sweating, or somewhere in between. Here are some tips on staying comfortable in unpredictable office climates. Now, for those of you who are cold, like myself, number 1, layer up, like I'm doing right now. If you're dealing with frigid office temps, less is never more in terms of clothing. One of the easiest ways to combat the cold is to layer up, so that you have the flexibility to add or subtract clothing to keep you comfortable. However, be mindful that layering is an art. There's an art to this. Before you go throwing things on without a plan, focus on articles of clothing made from wool, fleece, or down feathers. These materials serve as the best insulators, as they don't saturate as quickly as cotton and help to wick moisture away from your body. Number 2, open up curtains or blinds. Let light in. Let the sun shine in. During the day, opening up the curtains or blinds near your desk to allow natural sunlight and will help to heat up your space. However, you'll want to be sure to close them up at night in an effort to retain that heat and avoid a draft. Don't sit near a window. Find a spot in your office that does and enjoy the change of scenery. I personally find that working away from my desk every so often actually helps me stay focused. Now, number 3, wear big headphones. Wearing headphones at work is a great way to signal to your colleagues that you're in the zone. But that's not their only benefit. Your ears are made entirely of cartilage and are primarily completely exposed, making them more susceptible to the cold. Think about it. You wear hats, earmuffs, and headbands in the winter for a reason, right? Well, in the office, large headphones serve the same purpose by keeping them covered up and away from the chilly air. Also, as a plus, you can listen to music. Just remember to let the experts do the singing. Number 4, stuff your pockets with hand warmers. If you've ever been to an outdoor tailgate in the fall or winter, or had the privilege of shoveling your driveway after a big storm, I can guarantee you that you are no stranger to the power of hand warmers. These magical inventions are often made of natural materials such as iron powder, salt, and charcoal, which are activated by air to produce heat. Now, for those of you who are sweating right now, and I hope it's summer at the time you're watching this, otherwise, you're a real douche. Here's what you can do. Number 1, get a personal fan. According to an article from the Wall Street Journal here, air molecules colliding with your skin quickly make the air right next to it stay there. The air wouldn't let you cool down, so you have to replace it with cooler, drier air. How do you replace humid air with cooler, drier air? Using a fan. If you don't have room for a large fan at your desk, you can opt for a small smartphone-powered fan to create a comfortable breeze. Number 2, turn off unused electronics and heat sources. It's likely that at any given moment, you probably have a handful of electronics plugged in at your office that you're not using. To reduce the unnecessary amount of heat created by these unused machines and lights, make an effort to unplug as you see fit. Not only will this help to create a cooler environment, but it will also help you save money on electricity. Sounds like a win-win to me. Now, number 3, stay hydrated. Our bodies are made up of more than half water. Not to mention we use water for pretty much every bodily function, from regulating body temperature, to removing waste, to lubricating joints, to carrying oxygen to the cells, says Rachel Berman, a registered dietitian and director of About.com Health, which is where some of this information came from. In an effort to stay cool, be sure to drink a lot of water throughout the day, even if you're feeling sick of plain old water. Turn to foods that can help with hydration, like watermelon, celery, and lettuce. And number 4, use a cooling spray. Most sprays contain ingredients like peppermint oil that are designed to keep you feeling cool. Why? Because according to neurobiologist David McKemmy, menthol actually tricks our brains and mouth into the cool sensation because menthol activates the same receptor on nerve endings that's involved in sensing cold. Keep a bottle of cooling spray in your desk and give yourself a spritz whenever you're feeling a little overheated. Alternatively, you can try chewing on some peppermint gum to achieve a similar sensation. Now, these tips will hopefully allow you to survive in a home or office environment where you can't agree on a temperature, or if you are the only person that is bothered by the temperature. But at the same time, people should also exercise common sense. If it's clearly cold outside, turn on the heat. If it's clearly hot outside, turn on the AC. I know people like to save money, but there's no point in having a lot of money in the bank if you freeze or sweat to death. Because contrary to Egyptian culture, you can't take it with you. Well, anyway, I can see my boss is making his way up the stairs, so that'll conclude Complain Time for today. So before you guys go, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to be notified so you never miss another episode of Complain Time, as well as other additional HVMA content. Check back soon for a new episode. And until then, stay social.